Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now this throw caught left side. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for L.A. A give running right, Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Etienne. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll run. It's Etienne. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Chargers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be second and goal. On second and goal. Rodgers, and this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Throwing again on second and 10. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Danger. Spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Here's Etienne, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. To throw is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers flushed out right. And Shark calls it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Rodgers again now. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. Rodgers now on first down. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. There you have it. Halftime. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Rodgers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kingsley Keke, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from territory. The Charger drive about to get going. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right? In baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Packer football here. The Charger drive about to get going. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
ETN with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble. That catch good for only a couple.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, they'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are 2 words. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Back to throw, Rodgers to Guyton, and he'll be out right at the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for L.A. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll run with ETN. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to run with ETN. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
And go for the win.
And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. One final try now for Rodgers. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So, for the Chargers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll
YBN want a thing up.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis,
here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That caught by Tremble. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They run the counter. It's Jackson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning, their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that, because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the former fourth-round pick. It's Kalen Ballage. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Kalen Ballage. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These two teams all tied after 1. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Looking to throw. Rodgers on the slant. This is Chark. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They'll try and run with Balaj.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? You're able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And again, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Rodgers now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think.
And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all they've got to.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big game that time for the Chargers.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3.
Unbelievable.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Rodgers going to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson. And some room to work. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And it's caught.
And the Chargers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the.
That's going to be caught by Carter for a Charger touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers add on to their lead.
So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Throwing is Rodgers. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
To throw is Rodgers. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Rodgers now on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A big win there defensively on second and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up third.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This offense so far on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is third and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. Fourth and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Chargers are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. Rodgers throwing here. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how full momentum going.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
tonight. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gold. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Looking to throw. Rodgers. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears. The Charger drive about to get going. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
On second down, Etienne, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
A big game that time for the Chargers.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now left side on the swing pass. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this is caught at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed? His offense can get down the field. It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
6-0 our score after 1.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And Shark calls it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent... And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. Throw right side complete to Carter. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st down, Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were...
Touchdown, Chargers! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as they have taken the lead.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it helped score.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Second half starts with a run by Etienne.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's Rodgers.
He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. There's Chark with a great grab.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. DJ Chark, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that. The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
What was that, Rob? Ouch. You had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And caught by Trimble. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. More from L.A. in a moment. On 2nd down, ETN once more.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown!
Travis Etienne
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
On play action, Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A handoff for ETN.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it. No gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Rodgers looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Rodgers now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw. Rodgers. Touchdown! Travis Etienne with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Chargers are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.